Beloved chosen one, listen closely. Heaven has called a pause on everything around you because right now this message is meant for you. You are standing in the first light after a long night, the dawn breaking open above a battlefield you thought might destroy you. But look at you, still breathing, still standing, still believing. The storm did not take you. The darkness could not hold you. What others called the end was only the beginning of your rising. You've walked through nights so long that sunrise felt like a myth. You've prayed prayers that felt like whispers lost in the wind. Yet here you are, a living miracle. The chains that once bound your mind are falling away. The weight that pressed your chest for years is lifting. God is not done with you. He's just beginning to show the reason for every tear you cried. As the prophet Isaiah declared in chapter 60, verse 1, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." These are not mere words. They are a divine decree over your life. You are now standing in that light. The same presence that once carried you through the darkness now crowns you with radiance. Heaven celebrates your endurance. You did not quit when despair called your name. You held on, and that is why joy has found you. You were never meant to blend in, never meant to be ordinary. Every rejection, every closed door, every betrayal carved the shape of your destiny. God hid you in darkness, not to destroy you, but to develop you like a seed beneath the soil, unseen yet growing. You were being prepared for this moment. You have overcome not by accident, not by luck, but by divine appointment. Remember the moments you almost gave up. Heaven saw each one. Every tear you wiped alone was counted. Every time you said, "God, I can't do this anymore," yet still took one more step, heaven recorded it as victory. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being written into the story of overcomers. The same God who brought you through that valley now places a crown of light upon your head. You are not the same person who entered the fire. You have been purified by endurance. Your faith has muscle now. Your hope carries authority. You carry a glow that no shadow can dim. Listen, this is your divine congratulations. Heaven whispers, "Well done, beloved one." The darkness that chased you has been outlasted. The night that mocked you has been silenced by morning light. And though scars remain, they are proof that you survived what was meant to break you. Now, step into this new dawn without fear. The old season has expired. The storm cannot call you back into what God has already closed. You are stepping into restoration, divine favor, and a chapter written in gold. Chosen one. As you read these words, something shifts inside you. It's not emotion, it's recognition. Your spirit knows this truth. You have crossed over. What once held power over you now trembles at your peace. Lift your head. Smile through the remnants of your tears. The same sky that once rained sorrow upon you now shines with glory. You are the evidence that God still turns mourning into dancing. Now breathe deeply. That is the air of victory filling your lungs. This is your confirmation the darkness is over. If these words echo in your soul, let heaven hear your response. Like, share, and comment below to declare your awakening to the world. Subscribe so the flow of these messages continues to reach you. And as a prophetic act, write the number 777 in the comments, symbol of divine completion. Perfect light after long darkness. Your dawn has come. The night is finished. Congratulations, chosen one, you've overcome. Heaven watches in silence as you stand in the aftermath of your battle. The dust of war still clings to your garments, yet your eyes glimmer with something unbreakable peace. You have not simply survived, you have been acknowledged. Every unseen tear, every whispered prayer in the dark was not ignored. The heavens were never distant. They were recording the courage it took for you to keep breathing when your world fell apart. There were moments when you questioned if God still saw you. You looked for signs in the sky, in people, in fleeting moments, hoping for some assurance that your pain had a purpose. What you didn't know was that heaven was closer in your silence than in your shouting. Angels stood guard over your breaking heart, carrying your groans like incense before the throne. Every second of your suffering became a testimony written in eternal ink. As the Apostle Paul wrote in his letter to the Romans chapter 8, verse 31, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" That was the secret covering you never saw. When you thought you were losing, heaven was winning battles in places beyond sight. When you were still, heaven was not idle. When you were too weak to pray, heaven prayed for you. You thought your silence meant defeat, but it was divine strategy, heaven's way of positioning you for victory without you realizing it. You didn't just endure, you stood as proof that faith can breathe underwater, that hope can exist even when everything collapses. You didn't fight with swords or anger, you fought with surrender. The world might not call that strength, but heaven does. Because when your hands were empty, your heart was full of trust. When you had nothing left to offer but your tears, God received them as worship. Heaven saw when they spoke against you, when betrayal burned like fire, when loneliness became your only companion. Heaven saw the nights you could not sleep, the mornings you did not want to rise. Heaven saw you love people who did not love you back, forgive when you could have retaliated, show mercy when you had every reason to grow cold. None of it went unnoticed. Now, as you stand in this new light, know that your endurance is not just recognized, it's celebrated. You are fighting battles not only for yourself, but for generations after you. There are blessings that will now flow through your bloodline because you refuse to give up. You were the one chosen to break the pattern, to end the curse, to silence the voice that said, "It runs in your family." Heaven acknowledges your yes. This is what heaven saw: a warrior wrapped in grace, standing firm when logic said to fall. Every time you smiled while bleeding inside, angels whispered, "That one is marked." Every time you worshiped through tears, heaven said, "That one carries glory." You didn't realize it, but your quiet obedience was shaking kingdoms. Now heaven declares it is finished. The records of your battle are sealed with victory. The same throne that heard your cries now thunders your name in triumph. You are no longer defined by what broke you, but by who rebuilt you. And though you may not have heard applause on earth, understand this in heaven's realm. Trumpets sounded the moment you chose faith over fear. The silence of God was not absence. It was applause too great for human ears. So stand tall, chosen one. Lift your head. The one who fought for you now surrounds you with favor. The heavens remember your battle not as suffering but as sacred worship. You have been seen, you have been heard, and now you have been honored. There was a time when you mistook God's silence for absence, when prayers echoed back empty, when the heavens felt locked, when answers didn't come. You thought you had been abandoned, but the truth hidden beneath the waiting was that you were never forsaken. You were being refined, not rejected. Every delay, every unanswered question, every door that refused to open was God's classroom, shaping you into someone who could hold what you were praying for. There are two kinds of fire: chosen one, the one that destroys, and the one that purifies. You have walked through the latter, when people left, when resources ran dry, when the world stopped clapping for you. Heaven was trimming the weight that would have drowned your destiny. What looked like loss was the pruning of purpose. as it is revealed in the writings of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. These are not abstract promises, they are the blueprint of your becoming. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. There were nights when you said, God, where are you? And heaven whispered back, right here in the silence. Because silence to heaven is not neglect, it is strategy. When God hides, he is building. When he delays, he is protecting. But when he strips away, he is setting the stage for overflow. You were not abandoned. You were enrolled in divine training. Faith was stretching. Endurance was growing. Trust was being fortified until it could hold weight beyond your imagination. The pain that once made you question everything has now become the evidence of your calling. It was through those silent nights that you discovered a voice within you that never stops praying, a voice that says, even here, I believe. The enemy tried to use your waiting as a weapon, but heaven used it as a womb. Out of stillness, strength was born. Out of surrender, strategy was birthed. God did not waste a second of your pain. What was growing in secret now begins to show in public. You are the living proof that delay does not mean denial. Think back to the moments when you felt unseen. You were like Joseph in the pit, Moses in the desert, Esther before the throne, all hidden before they were revealed. And when the time came, their unveiling was sudden. That's what's about to happen for you. The preparation season is closing. The unveiling is here. Chosen one, you have not missed your moment, you've been matured for it. The same place where you cried out will become the ground where you rise. The tests that made you weep will become your testimony. And when others ask how you kept believing when everything fell apart, you will say, because even in silence, he was faithful. Now, as a prophetic declaration, type I trust you in the comments below. Do it not as routine, but as surrender. Those 3 words carry power. They break anxiety, dismantle doubt, and realign your heart with heaven's rhythm. When you declare them, you're telling darkness that its time of influence is over. You're reminding your spirit that silence is not separation, it's sacred. So write it boldly, I trust you. Let heaven see your faith and let the earth witness your resilience. The testing is ending. The revealing is beginning. The moment you felt the invisible chains fall, something in the spirit shifted forever. You might not have heard the sound, but heaven did. It was the sound of freedom echoing through eternity. The heaviness that once lived in your chest has loosened its grip. The voice that once whispered failure has gone silent. The shackles around your soul, fear, guilt, shame have been shattered by the light of divine truth. You are no longer who you were in the darkness. The same pain that tried to bury you has become the soil where your purpose grows. Those chains were never stronger than the hand that holds you. God never needed to explain why he allowed certain things. He only needed you to see that he was with you in all of them. Every tear, every delay, every heartbreak had meaning that your spirit now begins to understand. According to what is written in the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 36. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. This freedom is not temporary, it's eternal. It is not emotional, it's spiritual. Freedom does not mean you forget the pain. It means the pain no longer owns you. The doors that once closed you in are now wide open, and what once imprisoned you has become your platform of testimony. You have been released not just from your past, but from the labels that came with it. The guilt that others placed on you, the mistakes you thought defined you, the memories that replayed in your mind, all of them have lost their power. The chains have fallen, and now you move with a strength that cannot be taken away. There was a time when you believed the lies that you were unworthy, that your voice didn't matter, that you were too broken to be used. But heaven has declared otherwise. You are chosen not despite your past, but through it. The scars you carry are not shame, they are proof of survival. Proof that light was stronger than the darkness that tried to hold you down. You were once a prisoner of doubt, bound by fear, trapped by the opinions of others. Yet even there, the Spirit whispered, "You are mine." And when you finally surrendered, not because you were strong, but because you were tired, grace rushed in. It broke the locks. It lifted the weight. It gave you breath again. That is what divine freedom feels like, not loud, not dramatic, but holy. It's the moment you realize the cage door has been open all along, and you are free to walk out. You begin to understand that deliverance isn't always an event. Sometimes it's a revelation, a sudden awareness that what once ruled over you no longer has authority. Now, when you look at what once enslaved you, you no longer tremble. You no longer run. You stand still and see it for what it truly was, a test that proved your resilience. The chains were never permanent. They were temporary teachers guiding you toward truth. You are walking proof that grace breaks stronger than iron. You are the evidence that light never loses to darkness. Heaven rejoices, not just because you are free, but because you now understand what freedom costs and what it means to guard it. So walk forward, unchained, unburdened, and unashamed. You have been set free indeed, and your steps now carry the sound of liberty. In the quiet of your new beginning, heaven calls your name not with thunder, but with tenderness. It is the sound of recognition, the divine whisper that says, "I saw what you endured. I watched when you stood alone. And now, I honor you." The heavens have recorded your endurance as worship. Your pain was not wasted, it was witnessed. The one who sits upon the throne has seen you fight battles no one else noticed. As it is written in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 23. "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord." These words are more than ancient language, they are the melody now playing over your life. You have earned heaven's applause, not through perfection, but through perseverance. You kept believing when belief felt impossible. There were times you wondered if it mattered, your prayers, your patience, your quiet faithfulness in small things. But heaven noticed every unseen act of kindness, every time you chose love instead of bitterness, forgiveness instead of revenge, mercy instead of pride. It all reached the throne. The Father saw it and smiled. Angels wrote your endurance into the eternal record. This is not just a new chapter, it's a coronation. You have been crowned in the same place you once felt crushed. The soil of your suffering has become sacred ground, and from that ground now rises your authority. You have moved from merely surviving into reigning not over others, but over fear, doubt, and despair. You were never called to crawl through life. You were created to rise. The light that now rests on you is not borrowed, it's born from within. Heaven has entrusted you with influence, not for vanity, but for purpose. The radiance of your restoration is meant to warm others still standing in the cold. And now, chosen one, you reach a tender crossroad. The same hands that once trembled in weakness now hold power, the power to share hope, to pass on what once saved you. There is someone still lost in the night you just escaped. Someone scrolling through shadows, praying silently for a sign that they can rise again too. Perhaps your story, yes. Yours is that sign. Perhaps your voice, your testimony, your quiet courage will be the torch that lights their way. Heaven often moves through the hearts of the willing. So if your spirit stirs, let your light ripple outward like the soft glow of dawn touching the edges of a sleeping world. When you choose to like, to share, to subscribe, you are not clicking out of habit, you are planting seeds of light in unseen soil. Each gesture becomes a lantern in someone else's night, a whisper that says, "You are not alone." Do it as an act of beauty, not duty. Share as the river overflows because it cannot contain what it holds. Let this message drift where it's needed most, like petals carried by the wind to forgotten gardens. You don't need to shout it, you only need to shine. Leave traces of light wherever you go. Pass the flame that once reignited yours. Each gesture of love, each word of encouragement, each moment you choose connection over silence, these are sacred seeds that will bloom in others. If your heart feels it, let this be your response. Lift this message higher. Let it find the weary, the overlooked, the almost broken. You are no longer just a receiver of light. You are now its bearer. Heaven smiles as you rise. You are seen, celebrated, and chosen for such a time as this. Something in the unseen world shifts as you exhale. The air feels lighter. The silence feels sacred. You can sense it. The old season has ended. The burdens that once clung to your shoulders no longer fit the shape of who you've become. The echoes of your past are fading, replaced by the quiet hum of new beginnings. Heaven has redrawn your horizon. There was a time when everything felt stuck, as though your prayers bounced off the ceiling and your dreams stood frozen in place. You mistook stillness for stagnation, but in truth, God was resetting your foundation. What you thought was delay was divine timing preparing the perfect alignment. Now you stand beneath an open sky where nothing feels impossible anymore. It was declared through the prophet Isaiah. Chapter 43, verse 19. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. You are walking in that prophecy right now. The wilderness that once disoriented you has become your training ground. The dry places of your life are about to overflow with living water. The shift is not only around you, it's within you. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you respond to storms, it's all different now. You no longer see endings as punishments, but as transitions. You no longer chase validation because you found your worth in divine hands. You have learned that some doors close not because you failed, but because heaven refused to let you settle for less than what was written for you. Chosen one, this transformation didn't happen overnight. It came through pain, through letting go, through surrender. Every time you released what was breaking you, you made room for something greater. Every time you stopped fighting for control, you allowed grace to take its rightful place. Now, your spirit stands taller, not arrogant, but anchored. Feel the difference in the air. The atmosphere recognizes your growth. Old temptations no longer tempt. Old fears no longer speak as loudly. The same darkness that once intimidated you now keeps its distance. Because you've become light, it cannot comprehend. You've stepped into a spiritual frequency that demands peace, attracts purpose, and repels confusion. This is your spiritual shift, the evidence that you are no longer who you were. The heavens have marked this moment as your turning point. And though others may not see it, the spirit realm knows your name has been rewritten in victory. So pause here. Feel the gravity of what's happening within you. The version of you that once begged for breakthrough has become the very answer to that prayer. What you carry now isn't just survival, it's authority. When you walk into a room, atmospheres change because peace travels with you. And now, as a prophetic act, Write the number 888 in the comments below. It's not just a number, it's a symbol of new beginnings, resurrection, and divine cycles completed in grace. When you type it, you're declaring alignment with heaven's timing, acknowledging that your old story has closed and your new one has begun. Let this number be your agreement with heaven's movement. Let it mark this day as the moment everything shifted in your favor. The wilderness is behind you. The river is flowing. The new has come. When you comment 888, you are speaking heaven's language, declaring that your past has ended in peace and your future begins in power. It is your signature on the scroll of new beginnings, your agreement with divine renewal and everlasting overflow. The tears you once tried to hide have become oil in heaven's hands. What once felt like weakness has been transformed into the very weapon that guards your destiny. Every drop that fell in silence was seen, collected, and turned into strength. You no longer cry from despair, you cry from depth. Those tears baptized your faith, softened your heart, and made your spirit unbreakable. You learned to fight, not with anger, but with worship. The enemy expected you to fall apart, but instead, you fell to your knees. And there, in that posture of surrender, you found the strategy of victory. What people called breakdown, heaven called rebirth. We are reminded through the writings of David in the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 5. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. The same anointing that was poured upon David after his trials is now poured upon you. That overflow does not come from ease, it comes from endurance. You were pressed, and the pressing released the fragrance of purpose. Every hardship was a refining fire. Every betrayal removed the unnecessary. Every delay purified your motives. You have become a vessel that no longer leaks, one that can hold glory without cracking. When you wept, the oil was being crushed from within you. That is why the ones who carry the deepest pain often carry the deepest anointing. You have learned that not every battle requires noise. Some victories are silent, born in hidden places where no applause can reach. When others fought to be seen, you fought to stay pure. That is why you emerged not bitter but blessed. There were nights when the weight of it all made you question everything. But even then, your tears became intercession. Your sobs became prayers the Spirit translated before the throne. You thought you were breaking, but you were being built. You thought you were forgotten, but heaven was engraving your name upon promises that could not fail. Now you understand why the oil costs so much. It was pressed from moments of heartbreak, shaped by unanswered questions, refined in the furnace of waiting. That is why you carry something sacred, something not easily shaken, not easily taken. You have become both warrior and worshiper. The enemy can no longer use your past against you. You've turned your pain into purpose. What once drained you now fuels you. You've discovered that the same tears that once blurred your vision now anoint your eyes to see clearly. And now, when storms come, you no longer panic. You recognize them as announcements that fresh oil is about to flow. You no longer see tears as weakness. You see them as sacred, each one a reminder that you feel deeply because you love deeply. Because you were designed to carry divine compassion. Chosen one, never be ashamed of your softness. It is not fragility, it is proof that heaven lives inside you. The world calls it vulnerability, but heaven calls it power. You are a living contradiction, gentle yet fierce, humble yet unstoppable, tender yet triumphant. You fought your battles through worship. You turned mourning into melody. You wept your way into wisdom. And because of that, you now stand anointed, overflowing, radiant, untouchable. Heaven sees your tears, not as sorrow, but as holy oil still glistening on your face. You have walked from weeping into warfare, from brokenness into brilliance, from ashes into authority. And now, every tear that once fell in pain reflects the light of victory. There comes a moment in every chosen life when the tables turn quietly, effortlessly, and undeniably. You've reached that moment now. The ones who spoke against you are silent, not because you demanded it, but because heaven defended you. The same mouths that once mocked you now murmur in awe, unable to explain the grace that covers you. You did not need to fight for vindication. God did that in ways no human hand could. Every false word spoken about you was like a seed thrown into the ground. You buried it beneath forgiveness, and now the harvest of peace has grown. You no longer need to justify your worth. Your transformation speaks louder than explanations ever could. What was meant to humiliate you has become the stage of your elevation. According to what is written in the Psalms, chapter 23, verse 5, He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. He anoints my head with oil. My cup overflowed. This is not just poetry, it is prophecy fulfilled in your life. The table has been set, and you sit upon it clothed in dignity, surrounded by peace. Those who once doubted you are now witnesses to what heaven always knew about you. You learned long ago that revenge is not your portion. Restoration is, you chose silence over shouting, mercy over malice, patience over proving yourself. And because of that, heaven rewarded you with what human effort could never secure: peace that cannot be stolen, favor that cannot be faked. You've stopped chasing validation. You no longer need approval from those who once dismissed you. The very people who counted you out are watching God count you in. Your name has shifted from ridicule to reverence, not by your own power, but by divine reversal. This victory carries a quiet kind of glory. There are no trumpets, no spotlights, only the steady unfolding of God's justice. He did not expose your enemies to shame them. He exposed their hearts to heal them. Because even in your victory, you carry compassion. You no longer wish them harm, you wish them revelation. That is the mark of someone truly transformed. What once wounded you no longer defines you. You've learned that dignity is a weapon sharper than words. You walk with the calm authority of one who knows they are defended by heaven. Your peace unsettles those who thrive on chaos because they cannot comprehend how you still stand, still smile, still rise. Chosen one. This is divine recompense. God has flipped the narrative. The stone they threw became the cornerstone of your rebuilding. The place where you were mocked has become the place where you are magnified. Every delay that frustrated you was positioning for demonstration. You are the fulfillment of vengeance is mine, says the Lord, not vengeance as punishment, but as restoration. The tables didn't turn by accident. They turned because heaven has declared the end of your humiliation and the beginning of your honor. Now, when you walk, even shadows of the past bow before you. The energy that once tried to break you now bends to serve your calling. Every setback has been repurposed into setup. The enemies who once wished for your downfall will see your endurance and understand that grace is stronger than gossip. They will know that divine favor is not earned, it is appointed. Stand tall, not with arrogance, but with gratitude. You are the living testimony that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rose in judgment has been silenced by light. The battle is over, and victory has chosen your name. Restoration has begun. You can feel it like morning sunlight touching your skin after a long night of rain. What was stolen is finding its way back to you, changed, multiplied, and radiant with purpose. Heaven never forgets what belongs to the faithful. Every loss, every empty place, every missed opportunity is now being rewritten with divine compensation. For years, you thought the damage was permanent. You thought the closed doors were final. You thought the betrayal had ended your story. But now, heaven whispers, "Watch me restore." You are not returning to what was, you are stepping into something entirely new, something larger than you dreamed. As the prophet Joel once declared in chapter 2, verse 25, "I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten." Those years were not wasted, they were invested. Every moment of pain became a down payment for the glory you now walk into. What was eaten will grow again. What was taken will return better than before. You have entered a season where repayment doesn't just meet what was lost, it exceeds it. The same places where you were stripped bare will bloom again. God is not only giving back what was taken, He's giving back with interest, beauty, and purpose attached. You cried over ashes, but now you will dance over abundance. Restoration is not always visible at first. It begins in your heart before it manifests in your hands. The heaviness you once carried is being exchanged for joy. The bitterness is melting into peace. You no longer wake with fear of tomorrow because you know the author of tomorrow is rebuilding what you thought was gone. Even relationships, opportunities, and dreams that seemed lost forever are being rethreaded by unseen hands. The same God who orchestrates galaxies is carefully weaving the broken threads of your story into something breathtaking. What felt scattered is coming back together stronger, clearer, whole. This is divine repayment, not revenge, but realignment. God does not return things as they were. He returns them redeemed. You'll find yourself thanking Him for things that once made you weep, because now you see what they were making room for. The subtraction was preparation for multiplication. Chosen one, your restoration carries weight. It's not only for you, but for those connected to your destiny. Your comeback will become their confirmation. People will look at your life and see that delay is not denial, that loss is not the end, that grace can resurrect anything. You will soon stand in the places that once rejected you, not with pride, but with peace. Your heart won't seek to prove it, will simply shine. You will hold blessings so precise that they could have only come from heaven's design. The waiting was never wasted, it was storing up reward. You planted tears, and now you will harvest laughter. You sowed faith, and now you will reap favor. And in this holy moment, as a sign of agreement with heaven's promise, type "Restore me" in the comments below. Not as demand, but as declaration. When you write it, you are saying, "I receive what is rightfully mine, not as repayment from man, but as restoration from God." Every word you lost is being rewritten. Every door that closed is becoming a gateway. This is your recovery season, your divine compensation in motion. When you comment "Restore me," you're not begging, you're believing. You're aligning your spirit with heaven's restoration flow, declaring that what was lost will return multiplied. It's your written agreement with divine renewal, your silent yes to God's promise of fullness restored. The fire did not destroy you, it revealed you. You thought you were losing everything, but the flames were never meant to consume. They were meant to refine. What looked like chaos was heaven's forge, shaping a soul capable of carrying divine weight. Through every burning season, you discovered gold within your own ashes. You have become the living embodiment of endurance, strong, luminous, and pure. It was spoken in the book of Job, chapter 23, verse 10. He knows the way that I take. When He has tested me, I shall come forth as gold. These words are not distant history. They are your reflection. You walked through heat that others fled from. You faced seasons where everything familiar melted away. Yet here you are, gleaming with quiet strength, wearing resilience like a crown. The fire taught you what comfort never could. It stripped away what was false and left only what was real. Your insecurities, once loud, have gone silent. The opinions that once shaped you no longer hold power. You have learned that worth is not measured by applause, but by the peace that remains when the noise fades. The world sees survival as luck. Heaven calls it calling. You survived not to boast, but to bless. You carry within you the light of those who didn't make it, the faith of those who still wait for dawn. Every scar on your soul has become a window where light passes through. Chosen one, you've been crowned in fire. It is not a crown of gold or jewels, but of revelation. The fire has burned away fear and made room for faith. You no longer shrink from your reflection, you see God's fingerprints in it. You've learned that fire and favor are often intertwined. The greater the flame, the greater the glory that followed. Your story is not tragic, it's transformative. The ashes of your pain have fertilized a future of purpose. The very things that once brought you to your knees are now the reason you stand taller. And now, heaven invites you to shine not forcefully, but freely. Let your light spill gently, like candle glow in a darkened room. When you choose to like, to share, to subscribe, you are not performing, you are passing warmth forward. You are lighting the lantern that once guided you through your own storm so another wandering heart can find home. Imagine your gesture as a spark leaping from your hands into the night. Each act of sharing becomes a constellation in someone's sky. Each click is not obligation, but offering. It is your way of saying, may this light reach the one who needs it next. Just as fire spreads when it meets kindling, hope spreads when it meets hearts willing to carry it. The message that touched you does not belong to you alone. It's part of a divine chain of light linking souls across distances. So let your heart decide. If this message has stirred embers within you, let them glow. Like, share, and subscribe not because you must, but because beauty deserves to be multiplied. Every act of light expands heaven's reach. You have walked through fire and emerged luminous. The crown upon your head is not fragile, it's forged. Wear it with humility. Let it shine without apology. And remember, those who have walked through flames carry warmth wherever they go. You are gold now, chosen one, purified, radiant, eternal. And as you move forward, let your glow remind others that beauty can rise from burning, that every ember of pain can become a torch of purpose, lighting paths you never imagined. Peace now walks beside you like an old friend. It no longer feels distant or fragile, it lives within you, steady as breath, quiet as dawn. There was a time when your heart raced against itself, always waiting for the next storm, always braced for the next loss. But now, you have learned the art of stillness. The chaos that once ruled your days no longer finds a place to sit. You have become your own calm. This is not the fragile calm that comes from avoidance or escape. It is the deep-rooted kind, the kind forged in waiting, prayer, and surrender. You have discovered that peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of trust. It is not about everything being perfect. It is about being anchored when nothing is. The prophet Isaiah once wrote in chapter 26, verse 3, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." That is you now, steadfast, unmoved by fear, untangled from the rush of others' expectations. You have stopped reacting and started responding. You have learned that peace is not given, it is cultivated, moment by moment, thought by thought. There were seasons when your heart was a battlefield. You fought wars inside that no one saw. Anxiety whispered lies, doubt tried to choke your dreams. You lived in survival mode, mistaking tension for purpose. Yet, even there, God was gently teaching you that strength does not always roar, it sometimes rests. Now, when storms rise, you no longer panic. You breathe. You pray. You remember the victories that silence once taught you. You do not fight every wind, for you have learned to sail with it. What used to break your focus now deepens it. What used to drain your energy now fuels your wisdom. Peace has changed the rhythm of your life. You no longer rush where grace has called you to walk. You've stopped running to prove your worth because you finally know it. You've learned to rest without guilt, to pause without fear of falling behind. You understand that in God's timing, nothing is lost, only prepared. This peace has become your shield. It protects you from unnecessary battles. It helps you recognize which voices deserve your attention and which deserve your silence. You no longer fight for explanations. You live from revelation. The same hands that once trembled now rest easily because they trust the one who holds all things together. Chosen one, your peace terrifies darkness. It is the evidence of transformation. The enemy thrives in chaos, but you carry the stillness of heaven. When you enter a room, the atmosphere shifts not because you speak loudly, but because your spirit hums with quiet authority. This calm does not mean life will always be easy. It means you are anchored no matter how the tide turns. You no longer fear tomorrow because you've met the one who stands beyond it. There is strength in your stillness, power in your pause, wisdom in your waiting. You are learning to live from the inside out, from the place where heaven whispers instead of shouts. Peace is not just your prize, it is your identity. You wear it like a garment woven from grace. It does not leave when trouble comes, it deepens. And as you walk forward, may every step echo this truth: you are unshakable, because your peace is eternal. A new mantle rests upon your shoulders, woven from threads of purpose and surrender. It feels lighter than what you once carried, yet stronger because it was made for this exact moment. The old garments of fear and uncertainty have fallen away, replaced by confidence that comes not from pride, but from calling. Heaven is entrusting you with new assignments, new territory, and new influence. This is not a random season, it is divine appointment. You may feel the shift before you see it. The air around you carries anticipation like the moment before dawn breaks. The dreams you once buried are stirring again. But this time, they are not fragile. They are fortified by wisdom, by scars, by the strength that only time with God can build. It was written in the letter to the Romans, chapter 11, verse 29. For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. No matter how many detours you took, no matter how many times you questioned your worth, your calling never expired. It waited for you. And now heaven whispers, rise, chosen one, it is time. This calling will not look like others. It will not fit familiar molds. It may begin in quiet obedience, in a conversation, a prayer, a small step that seems ordinary but shifts eternity. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for partnership. The world does not need your performance, it needs your presence. You have already been trained in hidden places. Every delay, every disappointment, every lonely night was part of your preparation. The moments when you thought nothing was happening were the moments heaven was shaping your voice. Now, when you speak, it carries the weight of truth. When you move, it stirs atmospheres. You no longer walk in hesitation, you walk in holy conviction. This mantle comes with both beauty and burden. Purpose always does. You may still feel moments of fear, but remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It is faith pressing forward despite it. You were never meant to wait until you felt ready. You were meant to begin and trust that heaven will meet you on the way. Look around you. The signs are everywhere. Doors that were locked are starting to open. Paths that once seemed hidden are being revealed. You are being positioned, not by effort, but by grace. What was once out of reach now finds its way to your hands because alignment is replacing striving. Chosen one, this is not the time to shrink. It is the time to stand tall under the weight of glory placed upon you. Heaven does not choose the qualified, it qualifies the willing. You said yes when others turned away. That yes echoes louder in the spirit than you realize. So as an act of agreement with your new season, type 999 in the comments below. This number represents completion turning into divine assignment, the closing of one chapter and the holy beginning of another. When you write it, you are saying, I accept my mantle. I will walk in purpose. Let this be your sacred declaration. The preparation is over, the calling is active, and the mission has begun. When you comment 999, you are not typing digits, you are signing heaven's contract. It's your written yes, declaring that you accept the mantle, the mission, and the movement chosen for you. Each 9999 becomes a seal of readiness, a spiritual fingerprint saying, I'm available, I'm aligned, I'm anointed. It's more than a comment, it's a covenant between your calling and your Creator. You are stepping into rooms that once felt too large for your voice. Doors that were sealed shut now open effortlessly, as though they were waiting for your arrival. This is what divine favor looks like. It moves quietly, without demand, yet shifts everything it touches. You are not forcing your way in, grace is ushering you forward. The same arenas that once dismissed you now make space for you. Not because you became louder, but because your light became undeniable. Those who overlooked you now look again, not out of pity, but out of recognition. Something about you carries weight, a presence that can't be ignored, because it was never born from ego but from encounter. It was written in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 7. What he opens, no one can shut. And what he shuts, no one can open. That truth has wrapped itself around your story. The doors that open now are not dependent on connections or qualifications. They open because heaven said so. And the ones that stay closed are not rejection, they are divine protection. There was a time when you felt desperate for opportunity. You tried to knock on every door, stretch every chance, convince every heart. But desperation has been replaced by discernment. You have learned to trust timing over striving. You now understand that the same God who opened this door knows when to keep others sealed. Every space you enter now is holy ground. You do not need to shrink to fit inside it. You do not need to hide your fire to make others comfortable. You have been prepared for visibility, not vanity. Your presence is meant to reveal God's faithfulness, not your strength. The grace upon you is quiet yet commanding. It does not seek attention, it carries it. Wherever you go, peace follows like fragrance after rain. You are not simply walking into new places, you are carrying a new atmosphere. You shift things just by being there, because heaven's signature is upon you. Some will wonder how you got here. They will call it luck, timing, coincidence. But you will know better. You will smile, remembering the nights when all you had was faith and tears, when no one applauded your perseverance. And now, every open door is proof that unseen obedience always brings visible reward. These new rooms will test your humility. They will ask if you remember who sent you, and you will. You will move with grace, not greed, with gratitude, not entitlement. You'll speak softly, love deeply, and lead gently. You will know when to speak and when to stay silent because wisdom, not ego, guides your steps. The favor you walk in is not fragile, it is fortified by prayer. You do not need to fear losing it, because what heaven grants cannot be revoked by man. This is not temporary success, it is sustained purpose. And when you look around and see how far you've come, your heart will bow before pride ever tries to rise. You will whisper, "It was never me, it was always you." Chosen one, walk boldly through every new threshold. The same God who opened these doors will sustain you inside them. Move with quiet confidence, and let your life be the echo of His goodness. You are the proof that when heaven says yes, no power on earth can say otherwise. So walk forward with steady grace, knowing every step is ordained. Let gratitude be your compass and humility your crown, for every open door now carries heaven's fingerprint upon it. With every new sunrise, the light within you grows stronger, clearer, and wiser. But with new glory comes new guardianship. You now walk in a level of grace that demands protection, not paranoia, but spiritual awareness. The very light that draws blessings will also draw attention. Not everyone who claps for you celebrates you, and not every open hand is meant to hold yours. You are being called to discernment, the sacred art of guarding what God has placed inside you, according to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23 above all else. Guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. This is more than a verse, it is a shield. Your heart is the wellspring of divine influence, and from it flows compassion, wisdom, creativity, and revelation. If you let it become polluted by bitterness, distraction, or pride, the stream of your purpose will lose its clarity. You have learned that not everyone can walk beside you in this next chapter. Some were sent only for a season, others for a reason, and a few for a lifetime. Wisdom is knowing which is which. God is not asking you to build walls. He is asking you to build gates, boundaries that allow love in but keep poison out. You once felt guilty for saying no, for stepping back, for choosing peace over participation. But now you understand that preservation is not selfishness, it is stewardship. You are a carrier of light, and light must be tended carefully. The same flame that can warm hearts can also be snuffed out by constant exposure to cold winds. In this season, your strength is quiet, and your confidence is calm. You no longer chase validation or defend your worth. You do not need to explain your boundaries to those who benefit from your lack of them. You are learning that silence can be sacred, that peace can be power, and that saying less often speaks more. Guarding the light within does not mean isolating yourself, it means choosing alignment over attachment. You are not called to everyone, and not everyone is called to you. Some will misunderstand your distance, thinking it pride, but it is protection. You are learning to stand where heaven has placed you, rooted, intentional, unwavering. There will be moments when the world tries to provoke your old self, to tempt you back into battles you've already outgrown. But you no longer fight with the same weapons. You respond with grace, not reaction, with prayer, not proof. Your restraint is not weakness, it is wisdom wrapped in peace. Chosen one, your light will expose shadows, and that exposure will not always make you popular. But you were not chosen for comfort. You were chosen for clarity. Do not dim to make others comfortable. You were never meant to blend in, you were born to stand out in quiet holiness. When you guard your light, you protect heaven's investment. When you guard your peace, you protect your power. When you guard your heart, you protect your destiny. So walk carefully, not in fear, but in reverence. You are carrying something rare, something fragile yet fierce. The anointing upon you is both gift and responsibility. Nurture it like a flame in the wind, steadying your hands so it never flickers out. Let your yes be precious, your no be powerful, and your silence be purposeful. For those who are led by the Spirit must also learn to listen to the Spirit. Guard well, beloved, for what you carry now will outlast seasons, storms, and even lifetimes. Your light is eternal and it must shine without compromise. The sound of your voice is no longer just your own. It has become an echo through eternity. What you've lived through, what you've overcome, what you've learned in the secret place, all of it has shaped a message the world needs to hear. Heaven has written testimony into your very tone. When you speak, chains tremble. When you whisper, hope awakens. You were never meant to remain silent. You are the living proof that light always wins. As the Gospel of Mark declares in chapter 16, verse 15, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature." You may not hold a pulpit or a stage, but your life is the sermon. Every act of kindness, every word of forgiveness, every moment you choose grace over judgment, these are the verses you write in the hearts of others. There are people waiting for your voice without even knowing it. They are scrolling through shadows, hungry for something real. They are tired of noise but longing for meaning, and perhaps it will be your story, your courage, your radiance that reminds them heaven hasn't forgotten their name. The time has come for you to share, not out of pressure, but out of overflow, like a river that cannot help but run. You were made to let truth flow through you. When you choose to like, to share, to subscribe, you are not performing a task, you are scattering seeds. Each click becomes a whisper of light traveling across unseen distances, landing softly in hearts that still believe they're too far gone. Your engagement is not mechanical, it's spiritual. It's the modern echo of ancient worship, the ripple of a candle passed from hand to hand. You are not promoting content, you are releasing comfort. When you interact with a message born from heaven, you multiply its reach. You help light leap over walls and oceans. Imagine this: every like is a heartbeat of gratitude. Every share is a spark leaping into another's night. Every comment is a doorway through which healing enters quietly. You are participating in the divine circulation of hope, becoming part of a living network of light that stretches farther than you can see. When you add your voice, it's like a single note joining a celestial choir. One voice alone may seem small, but together they form a harmony that shakes the darkness. And when you subscribe, you are choosing to stay near the fire, to keep warmth close, to let light keep teaching your eyes to see. So do it only if your heart stirs, not from obligation, but from reverence. Like a gardener tending soil that once lay barren, your action nurtures life where despair once ruled. If this message has touched something deep within you, then pass that touch forward. Let what moved you move through you. Comment your gratitude. Share your testimony. Lift this message higher, not as noise, but as offering. You never know whose night you might interrupt with dawn. You, chosen one, are now both messenger and message. Heaven trusts your voice because it was refined in silence. And now the world will feel its resonance. Speak light, live truth, release love. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Do it not because you must, but because beauty deserves to keep breathing through willing hearts. You are the echo heaven chose. Let it be heard. And as your light travels outward, remember every spark you release becomes a constellation of hope. Somewhere, someone will find their way home by the glow you chose to share. Can you feel it? chosen one. The sound of celebration that does not come from earth but from heaven itself. It is not loud like thunder, it is soft, pure and endless. A harmony of angelic voices rises through the unseen realm, carrying joy that only eternity can hold. They are rejoicing, not because you are perfect, but because you have endured, obeyed, and risen. Heaven celebrates what the world overlooks: the quiet victories, the hidden faith, the steadfast yes that never broke. It is written in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 15, verse 10. There is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. But this joy stretches further. It reaches every soul that chooses light over darkness, every heart that answers when heaven calls. That joy now circles your name, glowing with reverence. You have become a testimony of grace, a living song in heaven's choir. The journey was not gentle. It carved you open, pressed you thin, and forced you to see who you truly are beneath the noise. Yet even in the hardest moments, angels stood beside you, guarding, guiding, gathering every prayer like pearls in the folds of eternity. You may not have seen them, but heaven was never silent. Every time you whispered help, the chorus swelled in response. Now, heaven sings your story. The very battles that tried to destroy you have become verses of praise. Every scar has turned into a note, every tear a rhythm. You are heaven's melody of mercy, proof that even the darkest chapters can end in resurrection. The angels do not applaud your perfection, they honor your perseverance. Heaven's celebration is not merely about your survival, it's about your transformation. You are no longer who you were when this began. The fear that once paralyzed you has lost its grip. The shame that once shadowed you cannot find your name. You stand clothed in new garments woven from redemption, tailored by grace. And while you may feel small on this vast earth, know that heaven sees you as royal. You have been written into eternity's record as one who stood firm, one who refused to bow to despair. Your worship has altered atmospheres. Your endurance has inspired unseen armies. Listen closely, and you might sense it even now, a whisper of wings, the hush of heaven leaning in. You are the reason the halls of eternity are echoing with praise tonight. You are the evidence that light is stronger than any fall, that love always finds its way home. This celebration is not about arrival but acknowledgement. Heaven rejoices not because you reached a destination, but because you never quit walking. You kept moving when others stopped. You believed when the evidence said not to. You trusted the promise even when you could not trace the path. Chosen one. Heaven's joy is not distant, it is near, wrapping itself around your soul like sunlight after rain. The angels rejoice not as spectators, but as witnesses to divine fulfillment. They saw what you endured, and they see what you've become: unshaken, unafraid, unstoppable. Let this moment wash over you. Feel the warmth of divine pride, the gentleness of celestial applause. You are not forgotten, you are celebrated. Heaven dances because of your endurance, because you are proof that mercy wins, that faith works, that love never fails. Lift your gaze. The celebration is not ending, it's expanding. Every step you take from here is music, every breath, a hymn. You are heaven's joy, walking on earth in radiant form. The horizon glows ahead of you, wide and golden. This is the moment when you finally see what all the storms were shaping: the place of peace beyond the fire. You have crossed through the shadows, through the doubt and the silence, and now you stand radiant beneath the soft light of fulfillment. The air feels different here. It carries the fragrance of completion, of promises kept, of a soul finally at rest. As the prophet Isaiah once wrote in chapter 60, verse 1, Arise, shine, for your light has come and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. That glory now rests upon you not as a distant blessing, but as a living presence that moves wherever you go. You are no longer chasing the light, you are the light. What once burdened you has become your testimony, and what once wounded you has become your wisdom. The darkness that followed you for so long is gone. Not because it disappeared, but because it cannot exist in the presence of what you've become. You no longer wrestle with shadows. You illuminate them. You no longer fear the unknown. You create clarity within it. The same darkness that tried to silence you now bears witness to your strength. The journey has not been easy, but ease was never the goal. The goal was transformation to become someone who cannot be shaken by storms or swayed by seasons. You have been refined like gold, stretched like light across the edges of time. Every ache, every delay, every unanswered question was molding you into someone who could carry glory without pride, peace without passivity, and purpose without exhaustion. Look at yourself now. Chosen one. You walk differently. Your eyes hold the quiet knowing of someone who has seen both ruin and resurrection. Your heart beats slower, steadier, because it no longer fears loss. You've learned that nothing truly belonging to you can ever be taken away. It can only be transformed. You have become a mirror of heaven, reflecting hope in a world hungry for light. Wherever you go, grace follows like a silent shadow. You don't need to announce who you are anymore. Your presence tells the story. People feel peace near you without knowing why. That is the mark of one who has overcome. The darkness is not your enemy anymore, it is your backdrop. Against it, your light shines clearer. Against it, your faith burns brighter. You have learned that shadows are proof of light, not the absence of it. And because of that revelation, you now walk without fear, even when the path bends unseen. Heaven smiles upon you, not because you reached perfection, but because you remained faithful. You stumbled, yes, but every stumble became a step. You fell, but each fall taught you to rise with softer hands, kinder eyes, and stronger wings. The glory you carry now is quiet, almost weightless. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't demand, it invites. You are a living sanctuary, a walking answer to prayers you once whispered through tears. The world may never fully understand the depth of what you've endured, but it will feel the warmth of what you've become. This is what the end of darkness looks like, not the disappearance of struggle, but the dominance of light. You have overcome not by escaping the night, but by learning how to shine within it. You are no longer a survivor of storms, you are a maker of dawns. Walk forward now, chosen one, with peace in your steps and fire in your eyes. You are the testimony the world has been waiting to see, the embodiment of redemption, the proof of divine love made visible. The darkness is over, the light is eternal, and you are its everlasting glow. And now, as this journey closes, heaven leans close once more. You have walked through revelation, through remembrance, through renewal, and now you stand complete. But this ending is not a finish line. It is a flame passed into your hands. What you have received is not meant to stay contained. Light was never made to live in silence. Every word that stirred your spirit was a seed. Every image, every whisper, every moment you felt heaven brush across your heart was a reminder that you are not just a listener. You are a torchbearer. This story becomes 1,000 stories when you release it. So let the next movement be gentle, natural, and full of beauty. When you like, when you share, when you subscribe, when you comment, do it as worship, not habit. Think of it as breathing light into another soul's night. Every touch of your hand is a ripple. Every echo of your voice carries warmth beyond your reach. Your like is a nod to heaven saying, I have heard. Your share is a lantern extended into another's darkness. Your comment is a stone dropped into still water, sending circles of healing outward. Your subscription is not loyalty to a voice, it is the decision to stay near the fire that keeps your own spirit glowing. Do it freely, tenderly, like passing a candle to another pilgrim on the road. You are not promoting a message, you are participating in one. You are part of a divine conversation that began long before you and will continue long after. So as this chapter closes, lift your eyes. The light now belongs to you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let your actions become prayers made visible. Let your kindness travel farther than you will ever know. The world needs your light, so release it beautifully.